So, hi everyone. Let's start with this question. This is the question number 3 of SS KROTOV. Okay, so here we are given, hold on. Okay, so this is a cyclic process which is in a clockwise sense. So, work done has to be positive, alright. And work done is nothing is but the area of this trapezium. And area of this trapezium is nothing but half into P2 minus P1 into V3 minus V2 plus V4 minus V1. Okay, where P2 is the pressure at point 2, P1 is the pressure at point 1, V3 is the volume at point 3, and V2 is the volume at point 2. This is V4 at this point, volume at point 4. Okay, now what we have to notice is this, this is an isochoric process. This volume is constant, so V1 has to be equals to V2. And all right, so we can rewrite this equation as half into P2 minus P1 into V3 plus V4 minus 2 times of V1. Now our aim is to get P1, P2, V3, V4 in terms of V1, and then we will be able to get to the solution. Okay, so now in V3, this is an isobaric process. The pressure is constant. So V3 by T3 is equals to V2 by T2, and V2 is again V1. So V1 by T2. So V3 is equals to T3 by T2 into V1. Also, we can write for V4. This is also a constant pressure process. So V4 equals to V1 by into T2 divided by T1. T2 equals to T4. All right. It's given that these point 2 and 4 lie on the same isotherm. Okay, so using these stuffs, we can reduce this thing in terms of V1 and in terms of temperatures, which is given in the question. Now let's start changing this P2 and P1 in terms of V1 and uh, in terms of volume and temperature. So what we can write is P2 equals to nRT2 by V1, and similarly for P1 what we can write is nRT1 by V1. Okay, because P1 and P2 lie on the same volume trajectory. All right, so now when we substitute them here, we get work done is a half. P2 is nRT2, nRT2, sorry, nr by V1. It's not T2, it's T2 minus T1. All right, and for V3 we are left with T3 by T2 into V1 plus V4 is equals to V1 T2 by T1 minus 2 times of V1. You see that the volume gets cancelled, and now we are left with the answer half nr T2 minus T1 into T3 by T2 plus T2 by T1 minus 2. And this is the answer. Thank you.